Welcome back to the next video, evaluating ratios using triangles. Now the first method I'm going to teach you is assuming we don't have a calculator, assuming we just have the sides of a triangle. Second method after this side is going to be using a triangle. Now I'm going to give you a few warning steps because using a triangle can be a little bit confusing. So let's start with this. What is the question? Evaluate the 6 trig ratios of 62 degrees. Let me circle that because that sounds like it's going to be important. By using the triangle shown below. So in this case, theta is this angle right here. You write this down. Theta equals 62 degrees. Now we're trying to find the six trigonometric ratios. Now, like I said before, I'm gonna write SOHCAHTOOL on top of almost every page because you'll probably notice already that we're gonna use it a lot. And let's start off by labeling the triangle. So if this is our angle, 62 is our angle, then this is our opposite, this is our adjacent, and this is our hypotenuse. Remember, the hypotenuse is always going to be the longest leg, or the one opposite of the 90-degree angle. So after you label all your sides to make sure that we are doing it correctly, let's start off with the work. So sine of theta, or sine of 62 degrees, is going to be the opposite over the hypotenuse. So opposite over hypotenuse. In this case, the opposite is 3. Hypotenuse is 3.4. So 3 over 3.4. Very similarly, cosecant is going to be the hypotenuse. It's going to be flipped over the opposite, or 3.4 over 3. Go ahead on your calculator, solve this by yourself to make sure that you know how to do it. Cosine is going to be adjacent over hypotenuse, so the adjacent is 1.6, the hypotenuse is still 3.4. Secant is just going to be the opposite of that. And last but definitely not least is tangent. Tangent is going to be the opposite over the adjacent. In this case, the opposite is 3, the adjacent is 1.6. Cotangent is going to be the other way around. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, this is the way that you would do it, assuming you don't have a calculator. Now, this way is a little easier. This is probably how most of you are going to do it, and this is going to be using a calculator. We have the exact same question, 62 degrees. This is theta, opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. Now, you have to be really, really careful because sometimes, we are not going to get into this yet, but calculators have a difference between degrees and radians. We'll get into what the difference is right now, but you probably guessed it already. 62 degrees is in degrees. So make sure you call me over to make sure I can check your calculator and know that you're doing it on the correct mode. So here's a picture of what I did in the calculator. Sine 20 equals 0.3420. Cosine is 0.9397. I'm rounding. And tangent is 0.3640. So that was a tricky one. And then if you want to find cosecant, you could actually just, some calculators might have this on their screen, some don't. What you would have to write, let me get the thing. You would do 1 divided by 0.3420. Secant would be 1 divided by 0.9397. I'm sure you can figure out what cotangent would be. Now, depending on the calculator that you're using, some of them might have the option to use cosecant, secant, and cotangent. Others of them don't. So for the purpose of this slide, I just want you to get used to your calculator, make sure you know how to use it, make sure you can use all the slides correctly. So last but not least, I realize that there's a lot of mistakes you can have using a calculator. So after you finish this video, call me over. I want to see the calculator that you're using so I can make sure you're on task and it won't affect your grade. And one last warning, sine to the -1 is not the same thing as cosecant. Cosecant to the -1 is not the same as that. Tangent is not the same as that. So again, I really want to make sure that you're using the correct mode and the correct calculator. So let me know. If you don't have one with you, you can always use Google, but again, you have to be really careful with degrees and radians. Other plan could be to borrow my calculator that I have. I think might have two in the room right now. So let me know. And after this, of course, start the classwork. Let me know if you have any questions, and good luck.